It's going to be an interesting weekend with the Mercedes because we're showing the full range of this car and how it can be great on the track. I am headed to the track today, back to one I've been before, not just a drag strip, but an actual racetrack, 3 miles long, about 3.5 miles long. And then tomorrow we head off for a quick family vacation and a 4-hour drive each way for Thanksgiving and that kind of thing. So it's going to be a true test. Can you race one day and then just drive for fun with the family and all the kids and all the junk in the trunk? And does the car take it? We're going to find out. So here we go. I'm about to hit the road. It's an hour south. The car sounds good. Of course, it wants me to replace the key battery. We've had that issue before. You know all about that. So we'll see how that goes. And let's have fun. Getting here just in time for the driver's meeting right at 10:30. It's a beautiful day. We're in the middle of Nowhereville, which is where you want a racetrack. There it is to the side. It is going to be a much more crowded field than it was the last time I was here. I can tell there's easily double the amount of cars, which is going to make racing a whole lot more challenging. Number one rule, stay safe. Number two, don't crash. Number three, don't screw up the car so you can't drive it home. It's a long tow all the way home. And again, tomorrow, this car will be filled with the family and all our junk, and we're headed 4 hours away. So it has to be able to do double duty. And can a C63 do that? I mean, is it worth it that you get yourself a sports sedan so that you can do both, right? You want to be able to have fun with it on the track, not on the street, on the track. And you want to be able to drive the family to where you need to go. So we'll find out here, but yeah, it's going to be crowded. A lot of Porsches, a lot of Camaros, and a lot of people who have modified their, I don't know, I got a Honda Civic next to me. There's always a Subaru WRX STI around, and a whole lot of Volkswagens. I'm assuming most of them are ours, but a few might be GTIs. And then there's just some junk. Got my helmet. This is from the track. This helmet is not mine. Oh, and it's time for the driver's meeting. Let's go. They have a driver's meeting before the race. As you can see, pretty darn crowded. Here's a car I can relate to. That's got to be a GS350, not a GSF. So that's a family Lexus if I've ever seen one. Turns out that Lexus isn't racing, so this is the only family sedan in the race. I feel very alone. I did bring proper food. You have to eat properly out here. So sour gummy worms, and I did manage to pick up this chocolate chip cookie at Starbucks. So that would be the food of champions. Here we go. First practice lap. I just did my first 5 laps. Here we go. The just showing you the track. Got up to 87 miles an hour. That's not big. Second lap, hit 63. It's about a 2-mile track, by the way. Lap 3 was 2 minutes and 49 seconds. And then the last lap, when I didn't have to pull over so much for everybody else, was 2:37, which is great. I was hoping for a 2:30 time at the end of the day. So maybe that won't be the quickest time of the day, because I just had it. Anybody who knows this car, I just had it in comfort mode. I didn't have it in speed mode or in manual, and I had traction control fully on. So not bad. Top speed was 87 miles an hour, and average speed was about 50 over the 2-mile track. 2:37 is the time to beat. Let's see if I do it today. Despite all that racing, my temperature gauge didn't hit 100, so it is about 65 degrees out, which is perfect for racing because I felt the tires were sticky, but my engine is not overheating by any stretch. Time to go back out, do another 5 laps or so. This time, though, going to change things up. Putting the car into race mode and taking the traction control partially off. As you can see, it's now in sport mode. We'll see if that makes a difference, trying to hit that 2.5 minute barrier. just came off the second round of laps, did about 5 laps. And man, can I smell those brakes. Ooh, man, may have been our last round of the week. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how the timing was. All right, you're seeing this as I see it. I did 12 minutes worth of racing, hit 92 miles an hour. First lap was 2:39, so not the best lap. Yeah, look at that top speed, not very good, 72 miles an hour. Second lap, I don't know what happened there. It was 5 minutes and 2 seconds? I don't think so. Lap 3 was 2:31, almost made it. Hey, it's flashing. I wonder, does that mean it was my best lap? I bet you it does. Lap 4, 2:40. So now we know when it flashes, that's your fast lap. So I probably only did 4, yep. The day is getting hotter, and you can tell with the engine too. Now it's at 105 degrees. So a little bit warmer, but doing okay. Now let's go and see if that brake smell is my car or my neighbor's. We'll see. It's like super hot right here. This is my front driver's side brake. Oh, that is so hot if you could feel it. But I don't smell the brake there. So that's good. Definitely let it cool down. Go from there. Let's see what these ones are like. Also super hot. Yikes. Just about to head out for the last series of laps, then I'm going to call it a day. Done 9 so far. This time I'm going to put it in manual mode. Car comes with comfort, sport, manual. That's sport. Second punch is manual. And I will take it and put it so that it is just a little bit of nanny controls off. It describes it as sports mode off. Last few laps, and we will see how it goes. Looking to break that 2:30 mark. Missed it by 1 second in my best lap in the last series. Now with this one, I'm hoping there are fewer cars on the track, because part of what's happening is that I have to wait because I have to pull over to the side, let other people pass, and that is slowing me down because they're a lot faster than me, and especially if they're in a Porsche 911, I'm just out of luck there. They can corner so much better. So that's also slowing me down, and we'll see if I can get a nice clean run and make it under 2.5. Baby, there's a baby here. I'm hoping they're not in the race car. Third and likely last series of laps. Whew, super sweaty. It is hot, hot, hot when you're under that helmet. And third series of laps. Let's take a look at what we did. I'm hoping I got it under 2:30 because I was thinking that's pretty well the end of it for today. Let's take a look at what I got. I did about 10 minutes worth of racing. Highest speed was 96 miles an hour. Oh my goodness, even the first lap, which I felt was really good and I wasn't pressured by anybody behind me. Look at that, 2:26. So I beat my time, we are good. Second lap, oh wow, 2:28, and I think I had to pull over for a bit. So that's really good. That's when I really hit that top end in the straightaway at 96. Third one, I could tell, not quite as fast, had to pull over for someone. And then lap 4 again, look at that. 2:28. So that's in manual. Really a lot more control of speed when you're in manual. So as you can tell, I'm sweaty as heck. Let's see how hot the car is. And the car is 118 degrees. So warmer than it's been all day, but that kind of figures since it was in manual and sport, and I did have some of the nannies off, about halfway off. So I'm happy with the time today. Certainly my best time, and probably just need some new tires. God, and the brakes, holy cow. Next day, racetrack is done. Now it's time to hit the road. Take a look. This is the trunk. As you can see, we are ready to roll. It's a 4-hour drive, although I'll check the lap times. It'll be totally different. The nice thing is you can take this car slightly dirty with a lot less rubber than it had just yesterday at this time. And hit the road. Let's hope that I didn't do anything with the engine, because it was really pressed and really pushed. I was mostly in, when I did it in manual, second and third gear. That's one thing I learned. And as you saw, those brakes were hot and stinky. So let's hope they're still good, you know, because it is the entire family traveling for 4 hours. So we'll see what kind of mileage we get. Probably 22 miles to the gallon. On the racetrack, it was under 10, as you might guess. But that's what I like about the car, right? Is that it is something that you can actually take to the racetrack. It's kind of heavy on the corners, but then you can take the family for a nice little trip. Sport sedans, something you don't get When you're in a sports car, like the Porsche 911s that I saw and all the Miatas, forget the Miata. I mean, you can't even put 4 people in. You can't even, barely, I can't fit in a Miata, so that's not going to happen. Anyways, now it's time for Amy to say, hey, don't forget.
Please like and subscribe to our channel. We'd greatly appreciate it.